Welcome to beautiful Southern California, where we here at GUTV have escaped the snow and ice in Spokane for some sunshine.
We've spent time on the campus of Loyola Marymount University, connected with our fabulous GUTV alumni. Now we're in Marina Del Rey to bring you our special GUTV Takes LA.
Welcome to beautiful Marina Del Rey, California. I'm Daniel Incerpi.
And I'm Danamarie McNicholl-Carter. Isn't it beautiful out here, Daniel? What more can you ask for?
It is picturesque. It is LA just in a nutshell. Sun shining, the water sparkling. Can't think of a better way to end this wonderful journey that we've had here in Los Angeles.
I couldn't agree more. Now, there was so much for us to cover this weekend, but it all started on Thursday when the Zags took on the LMU Lions.
You know what? This team, I always thought they were just really fun to watch, but it was even better to be on the baseline with the press pass, sit with the media, be shooting the game myself. It was a wonderful time. And this really was a big week for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. It was the second week they were ranked atop the AP polls, and they had their big clash with the St. Mary's Gales. But before that date in Moraga, their week started here in Los Angeles as they took on the LMU Lions. The number one team in the land fired up to take on the LMU Lions and fired up for the return of their leading scorer, Nigel Williams-Goss. Early in the first half, Williams-Goss making his presence felt as he drives baseline, draws the foul, and finishes the reverse layup. Zag fans loving the effort they see from the nation's number one. More from Williams-Goss, this time as a facilitator, as he finds Killian Tilly with a long outlet pass. The freshman scores. Tilly had 11. Now LMU knew they needed to play a perfect game to have a shot in this one. Peter Herman going inside early, gets the jump hook to go over Karnowski to keep the Lions within 5. More from LMU as this time they try it from beyond the arc as Boy Toch drills the 3. LMU shot 42% from distance. But more Williams-Goss to end the first half. Nigel takes the rebound, weaves his way through the entire LMU defense for an easy 2. 19 points and 11 boards for the Wooden Award candidate, and the Zags led 50-28 heading into the locker room. LMU played tough in front of their home crowd, but it was too much Gonzaga. LA native Jordan Matthews takes the steal, goes coast to coast for the lay-in, taking full advantage of playing in front of his family and friends. 5 Zags in double figures in this one. Now the exclamation comes off of a beautiful dish from GUTV's Ryan Edwards to Rui Hachimura for the slam, and the Gonzaga Bulldogs sit at a perfect 25-0, but they have a lot more that they want to accomplish.
You know, I feel like we've had a lot of success, and maybe we just haven't caught the breaks that other teams have had that have gone to the Final Four. But this year we feel like we have a great chance to do it, and you know our mindset is to win the whole thing.
With that win on Saturday against St. Mary's, the Zags are now 4 games away from a perfect season. We're watching history unfold right before our eyes.
We did, and we watched that history at the Alumni chapter watch party in Los Angeles. It was an amazing atmosphere. People were excited. I talked to most of them, and they traveled from an hour to 3 hours away, so that's serious dedication. We covered it with our Facebook Live hits. We were pre-game, halftime, and post-show. And I mean, they loved us because around 5,000 people tuned in.
It was a blast. It really was so much fun to be able to capture that energy in LA. There was energy, watch parties going on across the country, even internationally. And for us to be there in Los Angeles with the alumni, the current Zags, the families, just a wonderful atmosphere. So it really was a blast, and we had a good time on Facebook Live too, I think.
Oh, of course, yeah. And you had your KHQ Facebook Live as well. So Daniel's a local celebrity, so I don't know.
GU basketball is a great way to bring people together, but it's even better when it can be used as a reunion for our alumni. We got to catch up with some GUTV alums and see what they're currently up to and how the lessons learned at GUTV help shape their professional career.
I work in television now, so thankfully the editing process of broadcasting really came into good practice because I run a post department now, so I have a lot of involvement with media and the editing softwares and processing the workflow and all that stuff, so that's certainly something that I really enjoyed in GUTV and took with me.
The one time that we were allowed to do a men's basketball game, it was like an exhibition game, and I think that normally they were on KHQ or whatever before they went onto ESPN all the time, or Root, I think it is. And we got to do the one game that time, and it was just like seemed so awesome. I actually did like play-by-play for that game, and I don't know if it ever saw the air. I don't know if it met the Dan and Phil standard, because I think we had a lot of crazy things going on with cameras and whatnot, but it was just fun doing that game, being like in the kennel and pretending like we were like the guys on ESPN.
How important it is to like be a strong team and really work together to accomplish all of our goals together.
We had like one camera, and we didn't have, I took like one broadcast journalism class. At the end of that semester, we had 2 half-hour live broadcasts. And that was it. After 3 months, we got to be on camera and really suck for a half hour. Somewhere there's a video of that, me anchoring, and Dan Dickow as a reporter.
It helped prepare me, like, in the sense that you use a lot of teamwork, and it's important to do that because everywhere you go, you're going to have to you're with the team, part of a team, so you have to make sure you get along with people and work together.
It was the most creative group that I've ever been a part of, and so we had the support of one another. We had like the talent and creative juices, so all of our shows that I got to be a part of were just like so much fun, so amazing, so creative, and just hella different. So that's what I remember from GUTV, the creative juices flowing.
We soon came to realize that LA area is full of accomplished Zags.
It's a destination where a dream can become a reality, and if you think that dream isn't reachable, just ask some of our GUTV alumni.
Yeah, especially Joe Bereta, who took his early GUTV comedy sketches and turned them into viral videos before viral wasn't even a thing and YouTube was a year old. He may have been a comedic trailblazer, but he seriously had no idea where that trail would lead him.
It was the accidental opening of a book that I started and took all of my education from.
By day, I'm Joe Bereta, ladies' man. By night, broadcasting virtuoso.
Joe Bereta started the first comedy show at GUTV, but that's not why he came to Gonzaga. He originally saw himself as a teacher or a physical therapist. It was a series of fortunate accidents that led Joe to his success.
I learned how to edit and tell stories at Gonzaga. I learned how to start shooting and find the story within a 4x3 frame. We were shooting on 4x3 at the time.
It was 2007, YouTube was still fresh, and the timing was perfect. With classmate Luke Barats and Bereta was born, a successful YouTube channel with now millions of views.
I happened to be fortunate enough to be living during a time when things were changing. Luke and I, we would use my assignments as a reason to go out and make comedy videos. So we did a video called Ninja Rap. We did a video about 2 Mormons knocking on a door repeatedly, which I'm going to contend was the basis for the Book of Mormon. It was all because of us. We're still kind of in the wild, wild west side of it all, so it's kind of like, if we think it's funny and we want to do it, and it's something that we're finding passion in, we get to pull the trigger.
His content is timeless, and that's exactly how he continues to propel his comedic career, especially on his YouTube channel, Barats and Bereta, that has an overall 128 million views, especially with videos just like Mother's Day, which has almost 14 million views, almost 6,000 overall comments, but most importantly, comments coming in from 4 days ago, 10 years after the video is posted. He not only produces, acts in these videos, but he's also a host of a YouTube show called Epic How To, where he'll teach you how to time travel, survive a lion attack, or even how to read minds.
Because this is Epic How To.
It's an informational show, it's an infotainment show where I get to basically put my own spin on comedy and while accidentally educating people.
Joe has most recently taken on a new role as the creative director for Defy Media, where he is a mentor for the next generation of comedians.
I help make these shows for Noah. I'm the guy that helps make all the bad decisions.
It's fun giving advice and trying to provide tutelage to people that are trying to make it in comedy and entertainment. We're in this environment now with the internet and all of these outlets, traditional media being included, that you don't have to follow a path. You can get the type of product that you want to put out into the world done on your own, and it just takes a little bit of work and a little bit of luck, but you don't have to wait for somebody else to tell you that your ideas and your passion is good enough. My life is a lot of beautiful accidents that kind of just put me in a place, and I suppose I'm waiting for the next thing to just kind of push me.
Although Joe may seem totally Hollywood, he actually came from Columbia Falls, Montana, population 4,000. But now he's killing it in LA with a population of 4 million. And if you want to follow Joe and all of his successes, follow his social media at Joe Bereta. That's pretty simple and pretty easy to remember. Now, part of GUTV Takes LA is we're starting a social media campaign.
We wanted to find out who the Gonzaga community members want to publicly thank for living out the GU mission.
Steve Hertz,
Donald Hackney, Phil Taylor,
Aaron Hayes,
Father Don Heiberger,
Dan Dickel,
Brian and Savag,
Chris Morehouse,
Dan Garrity,
Eric Mertens.
Well, one guy that I'd like to thank that isn't here anymore is Phil Taylor. Like, he did so much for the program. Like, anytime you just wanted to talk to him in general, like, he'd joke around with you. I mean, he was probably annoyed with us half the time, but he'd still listen to our stories.
I'd like to give a shout out to Erin Hayes. She is the welcome wagon at Gonzaga University in admissions, and she's the reason that our family is at Gonzaga. We just want to say thank you, Erin, and we love you.
Father Don Heiberger, who was the head of the broadcasting department, who, when I wanted to do a live radio show reenactment of War of the Worlds, he helped me put that together.
Dan Dickel for me. He was an inspiration when I was at campus at Gonzaga, and now he's an announcer with the Gonzaga basketball team. So he's certainly one of my inspirations.
Dan Garrity is doing everything right and keeps lighting the fire for students to give back and not take no for an answer, which I love.
Donald Hackney. I'll never forget sitting in his office hours and telling him about all the challenges I faced, and he looked me right in the eye and he said, "Nate, we're going to get through this, and we're going to get through it together." And I will never forget that until the day I die. Thanks so much, Don.
Eric Mertens works with GU alum with the alumni office, and he's kind of been like a confidant of mine. If you're watching, Eric, shout out. So he's been a really good guy and understanding, very just knows what to say, and I think he's just very caring. He's always there for you, no matter who you are, honestly. So he's living the mission for sure.
Steve Hertz. Steve Hertz is the greatest Zag I know. I mean, he just bleeds Gonzaga blue, and he is a huge part of our success, not just with our basketball team, but with our whole athletic program. So, unbelievable.
Throughout our time in LA, we've seen countless examples of people who are living the mission, and we think one GUTV alum stands out.
GUTV's Corinne Cahill has found one of them that climbed up to the top in no time at all.
Mandy Price epitomizes the bravery and confidence it takes to succeed here in the center of the entertainment world. From local news to national television production, Mandy has been on an amazing journey, landing her dream job at Sony Pictures only 2 years after graduation.
So basically, when you watch a television show, my job is everything video. If you see anything video, that's my job. So I work in everything post, and basically when the director says cut, that then becomes me. Like, then that's the post-production department's job. If you see something, sometimes when you're watching television and you see like a reflection in the mirror and there's a person behind there that you like, that's just there, that means that I didn't do my job, because my job is to catch that there was a person there. Most people make the leap from PA to coordinator in about 3 years, and then coordinator to supervisor in about 4 to 6 years. I made the jump from PA to post supervisor in 18 months. Wow. Which is unheard of, because someone chose to take a risk on me. And I 100% believe it was because I am a Zag, or because we hold ourselves to a certain level and there's an expectation and we meet those.
You're nice, you're from Spokane. Did LA kind of eat you up at first, or?
It did. LA did eat me up, and I will be 100% honest with that. But what I always promised myself and what I always hope people do is that I never want there to be a point that someone says Mandy was unkind, because I'm not an unkind person. I feel like I was given so much. And the thing that got me through was knowing that someone else, that I'm where I am right now because someone took a chance on me, and I can now bring someone else into the fold. Use me as a resource, because I didn't have me. I didn't have a version of myself. But now I'm here, and now I have you. And if you like what I do, or you are interested in something, come sit with me and let me teach you.
In the cutthroat industry of LA, Mandy truly exemplifies the Gonzaga mission. I want to thank her and alumni like her that we're able to reach out to for support and advice. She truly knows what it means to be a Zag, and she does not take that responsibility lightly. Corinne Cahill, GUTV.
Mandy was even nice enough to invite us along with her at Sony Studios, and we also got to dine where the stars dine. It was a phenomenal experience, and we can't thank Mandy enough for that opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mandy. But also look out for her show, Imaginary Mary, that's going to be airing on ABC March 29th. So that's sure to be a good one. This learning experience has been such an amazing opportunity. One of my favorite parts of this weekend was on Saturday when I got to do a Facebook Live and be the host of that at the Alumni Watch Party, where all the Zags were playing. The atmosphere was insane. I had adrenaline going through the roof. I wanted to thank my mom, the Incerpis, the Carls, but most importantly, Dan Garrity, for taking us on this incredible learning experience.
Yeah, truly, thank you to everyone involved in making this happen. It was really a dream come true. Everything we could have wanted. I got to cover the Zags. I got to go live on GUTV, on KHQ. When I think about that one college memory, this is going to be the one that stands out. Now, the most important show is the next show, and that's going to be CM World, coming your way on Wednesday at 5 o'clock on WatchGUTV.com. It's a show all about the largest all-freshman residence hall on campus. For one final time on GUTV, I'm Daniel Incerpi.
And I'm Danamarie McNicholl-Carter. Thank you so much for watching GUTV Takes LA. From Los Angeles, California, good night.